Here I am in Tokyo, my last step through Japan, the city that closes the circle, the one that I like to call my final boss. Tokyo is massive, and even if I'm going to spend here almost 2 weeks, it will be impossible to visit it all. I'm quite scared to face this place, because I'm conscious that I'm going to stumble upon something very similar to what I've already come across at the very beginning of my great journey. And of course, I'm talking about the crazy chaos I've met in Bangkok. After 4 months of traveling, practicing the art of photography and working hard on my vision, I look at this step as my final exam, defining at this point if my skills have truly developed, and if now I'm capable of managing a situation that's bigger than what I can really manage. It's going to be hard, and actually it will be also even harder because the first week I'm spending here is the Golden Week. So if Tokyo's rhythm is massively intense during its normal life, I'll let you imagine what I'm going to face through these days. And if you enjoyed this video, guys, follow me for more content like this, and see you in the next video.
I will keep it brief. I won't go on for too long despite the size of the city. Tokyo is enormous, and telling its whole story is an undertaking I could never complete even if I lived here for an entire month. But my instinct wasn't wrong, and I felt the same vibes I experienced in Bangkok. Everywhere you look, everything flows frenetically, but in a far more regulated way. And it is perhaps precisely this rule that makes Tokyo the perfect city everyone knows. Tokyo is a gigantic system, made up of 1,000 neighborhoods, each with its own soul and its own flows. And if in Bangkok I struggled to find order within complexity, here in Tokyo the challenge is to find the extraordinary within ordinariness. I started studying its rhythm from the famous Shibuya crossing. No one misses the chance to pass through here. It's just a shame that it's just a road intersection, nothing more. It is also smaller than one might think, and the fact that it is the largest in the world with 2,500 people crossing simultaneously does not really make it that spectacular. But it was precisely from this central fire that I began to understand how the city speaks. Between Shibuya and Shinjuku and all around the city, the pedestrian crossing is an element that makes its presence felt heavily. Not that it's the first time I've come across it, but after being in Thailand and Vietnam, where everything is more unregulated and traffic rules are optional, here in Tokyo, more than ever, the regulation of flows is something sacred, something you can feel on your own skin. Here, as in the rest of Japan, but also in Korea, no one dares to cross when the traffic light is red, even when the road is only 2 meters wide. Japanese people and no Japanese alike stop and wait for the signal to be given without making the wait feel burdensome.
For my final exam in Tokyo, I decided to don't tell everything I notice here. There's a lot, but everything now seems to be quite normal to my eyes. And to succeed on my target, I just decided to focus only on one topic, the biggest one, making the storytelling as light as I can. Tokyo is an extremely complex reality, but everything seems to work in a great way. And well, it really does. My job here becomes difficult, trying to find complexity through the maximum order, in a reality where the huge density of people is not chaotic because it's perfectly managed, where people are canalized in regulated flows in an incredibly balanced movement infrastructure, and where this complexity is well arranged. Crossing roads, queues, directional flows, but this is a chapter where I can't do high-peak photography, but just capture the structured organization. And if you enjoyed this video, guys, follow me for more content like this, and see you in the next video.
Constant flows, moving from morning to evening, never stopping. I explored the area for 3 entire days, but everything flows mechanically the same, and the only thing that changes is the position of the sun and the intensity of the neon signs lights, which in the evening also color the streets. Just like in Bangkok, I felt disoriented, because this chaos, so regulated, seems almost too normal, immensely ordinary, because in fact, complexity stops being complex when it works, and in this case, it even moves without interruption. A constant repetition through time, which never stops, without breaking, without exploding, and which during the night becomes even more of a spectacle. Taking the exact same photos even felt superfluous to me, and a single shot is more than enough to tell what happens in Shibuya. Here it is, a single truly well-made shot, the result of 4 months of intense photographic work, which says more than 30 merely good shots. In Tokyo, I found everything, but as anticipated, it was not my task to tell every single thing. There is compression, dilation, full moments and empty ones, contrasts between ancient and modern, repetitions, exuberance and a hint of closure. But there is one thing that struck me during the photo editing phase, because there is no real editing. Tokyo does not need direct post-production. Lights, shadows and colors in the raw files already tell the atmosphere of absolute order that can be felt around the city. Nothing is out of place, and even in its great complexity, order balances everything.
So, did I pass my exam in Tokyo? Even though I told about only one main topic, I feel to have succeeded in what I failed when I was in Bangkok. So many time has passed, and now I can finally say that I'm able to control the chaos. In Tokyo, I met everything you can think about. The overlapping rhythm of Hanoi, the alternance of compression and dilation I found in Seoul, the friction between exhibition and closure that I met from Osaka to Kyoto. And the more I travel, the more I become conscious of what surrounds me. And step by step I managed the skill of storytelling. Recognizing the components around me, choosing the right techniques I learned to evoke those feelings through my art, and developing my photographic vision, going from the full disorientation I experienced in Bangkok to the careful selection of the right shot to describe Tokyo's rhythm as best as I can. And if you enjoyed this video guys, follow me for more content like this, and see you in the next video.